What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be going down to Laguna Beach. We're going to be taking it relatively easy today on this beautiful sunny Sunday here in SoCal. I would show you what I had. I know people like to see the food content. So I had chicken with beans and kale and rice and a little bit of broccoli. So I just try to get all the food groups in there, as well as toss in my supplements, which include vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin C, and a little bit of fish oil. I don't know if those things are actually working or not, but I don't know. At this point, they're kind of just routine to do. So I just feel like they're kind of necessary at this point. I'm going to take you through my ride routine. If there's anything I could learn from you guys, just let me know. I like to just do a quick stretch. I fill up my water bottles, of course, and then I, of course, put my kit on, and then I'm out the door. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna be doing some stretching here, and we'll see you in a bit. I like to just start with doing just like basic kind of like quad stretches. I just do these for 30 seconds each, and then I switch after 30 seconds or so, and then I do the other leg. And then I'll transition into more of a kind of just like a hamstring stretch. These were prescribed by my doctor to do before every single ride once I was experienced tendonitis issues. These help as well as getting a proper bike fit. So if you haven't gotten a proper bike fit, I would highly suggest getting one of those just because it's worth it in the long run. I certainly have seen improvement, so get your bike fit if you haven't already. All right, and now we're gonna be doing some hamstring exercises. Well, not exercises, but stretches, just to kind of get everything loose and ready to go for our ride. This is really important if you want to go extra miles and if you want to see big improvements. It's just basic hamstring stretches, something you learn in PE class probably in the 7th grade. I know that's probably when I learned these, maybe a little bit before, but they help and they certainly work. They're effective, so I keep with them. So now that we've done all the stretching, we can get to putting on the rest of my kit. I'm not gonna show this part because I think it's just pretty self-explanatory at this point. If you guys wanna know what kind of gear I'm using, I'm happy to, respond to that, and I'll let you know personally. But I'm not gonna show myself getting changed because I do not wanna get this taken down. So I'll see you guys in a bit when I'm all kitted up and outside. We're out here. We're about to hit the good old Pacific Coast Highway. We're gonna be coming up on a climb here. I just want to give you guys a quick update, show you how it is going on the bike. Feels great. It's a little windy, got a little bit of a headwind, but the weather is just amazing, so it actually doesn't really matter at this point. So I'll see you guys at the bottom. Enjoy. PCH is looking great right now. Still about, only a third of the way there, but it's a great sight to see. There's a lot going on. It's just a great ride every single time. The thing about these beach rides is that it makes it more motivational because you get to see the view, especially later on in the afternoon. You get to see the sunset and all that great stuff. It really never gets old. Been here my whole life. Every time it's like seeing it for the first time. If you guys know about any cool routes around here, I don't mind climbing from time to time. So let me know, and see you guys in a bit. So this trail I didn't know about, so I kind of grew up in the area, not too far off, maybe a couple miles around here, and I never knew that there was actually a bike trail here that is so convenient to use and direct access to the roads and all the routes that you could ever desire, ranging to the beach over to more of like the hilly areas. So it's nice, it's secluded for the most part, and it's wide and it's paved. Before this, I was riding out in places like Minnesota where it's all kind of like this. It's nice to have something that is kind of similar to that, that is also flat, because filming on a climb is this whole other animal. I'm going to continue on over here, give you a nice little view of what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at now. Great sun, great weather, good times. it's just great to be out here. So I'll catch you guys back at the starting point and see you guys soon. Oh, we're back here. I'm looking really sweaty right now, but that's fine. I'm gonna shower right now, clean the bike up, and make a protein shake. So join me for that, and I'll be with you shortly. Okay, so we're back. Now I'm gonna make my typical traditional post-ride smoothie. I'm gonna include the ingredients here in the video as well as down below if you guys would like it. It's about, I would say, 900 calories. It includes kale, banana, chia seeds, hemp seeds, a little bit of vanilla soy milk, as well as protein powder. Sometimes I put peanut butter, and this time I will be putting peanut butter in there, just a little scoop, just for a little bit of a flavor and a little bit more texture, and of course ice. I put those all together. I feel like it's a pretty well-balanced recovery drink. It's been working for me since I started cycling, and I don't see any reason in stopping. So I'll go step by step, and here we go. First step, blender boy. All right, you can't go wrong with the blender. It makes the smoothies, so you're gonna need that. Next, we got 2 bananas, and please don't come for me. They look a little bit green, but I assure you, they're fine. It's not gonna taste like total bitter banana, unripe banana. That would be pretty bad, and yeah, that would not be an enjoyable shake. I don't think I would even share it just because it's so terrible if it was to be such a thing, but it's not. So 2 bananas, good old-fashioned organic kale. You don't have to use organic. I just like to use it. I would probably advise against using a Tuscan kale. I would just probably use the normal shredded organic kale or just like a normal shredded kale. I feel like the Tuscan kale is a little bit more bitter, and we're trying to make this as sweet as possible. With the banana and the protein powder and the peanut butter that we put in there, you don't really taste the kale, so I know it irks a lot of people to see like a plant in a smoothie, but it's really not that bad. And you know, it's good for you too. So we'll put like about like a cup in there. And when I'm doing this, I'm just like guesstimating. I usually put about like a handful of kale in there, maybe a handful and a half, just until it kind of like fills up and it looks like it's enough. If you want to get really down to the nitty gritty and measure everything out, feel more than free to do so. But since I just do this repetitively, I feel like it's more just based on feel at this point. So next, I like to put the chia and the hemp seeds. Again, I just kind of guesstimate these. I don't really have like an exact science. I would say it's about like a tablespoon if you're gonna measure it out, but I just kind of pour it around. I think that's good, maybe a little bit more. Just until, you know, I want to be able to see it when I'm drinking it. And I want to be able to kind of like crunch down on it. So just enough to kind of get like that texture, if that makes any sense. I'll do the same for both the chia and the hemp seeds. Now we get the peanut butter. So this one, I actually, you know, since I can't really pour it out or don't really want to use my hand to, you know, scoop it out, I usually just use a spoon. One of the smaller type spoons that you get like in a normal set. Kind of like scoop that out of there. This one is especially tough for some reason. It's been in the fridge for a little bit. Maybe just that amount, just for like a little bit of flavor. Just drop that in there. And then also, I put, sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit more sweet, just a tiny bit of maple syrup. Just like a little bloop, and then that's about it. That's just to kind of like sweeten it up, make it maybe a little bit more viscous. I don't really know if it does anything with the viscosity, but I like to think so, and it tastes good. So I like it. The last step is our good old protein powder. You just take about a scoop. I just put it in there, just slap it in there, put it back, zip it up, and then that's it. All right, so I got the ice here. I usually just have like about a handful, kind of just like dump it in there. This is just for a more kind of like tougher, so it's not just like milk stuff. I like to make it a little bit more of like a shake kind of deal. And ice does the trick. You don't need anything else. You don't need any kind of added sugars or anything like that. And then our last step is just putting in the good old vanilla soy milk. You can use any kind of soy milk. I just like using the vanilla because it kind of, you know, expands on the flavor of the protein powder. So we're really hiding that kale taste, but feel free to use whatever you want. I've seen people using it with oat milk or any kind of like regular dairy milk. I am lactose intolerant, so I just try to stay away from dairy, but I only put in enough to where like I can start to see it a little bit, because this is where all like the volume comes out. So the more you have of this, the more drink you'll have. I'm just one person, so I really don't need like all that much. I'm really looking more towards like the kale and the banana and like the natural foods, as opposed to something that is a little bit more processed, such as the soy milk.
Will it blend? That is the question.
So this is the final result. You can see it's green because of the kale, but there's also a lot of other good nutrients. Ingredients that I used, the amount of ingredients that I used makes about like maybe 2.5 to 3 of these like regular size cups. I would recommend using a bigger cup, like the ones you get from like a souvenir cup from like a baseball game or something like that, as they do hold more liquid and you don't have to keep on refilling from the blender every single time. So I'm just using what's convenient for me right now. Cheers.
Yeah, these are definitely a buy.
All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a typical ride for me, from the beginning of the process all the way down to the end of it, my post ride. Thought it'd be a nice, cool little bonus to show you guys the shake that I make after every single ride. If you have any suggestions on things you would like to see, or if you have any suggestions on routes in the area, please let me know, and I am down for whatever, and we can see if we can make it happen. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be seeing you soon, and take care.